And back now with Sunday house call. I know this winter is one of the most brutal on record. Snowstorms every weekend, double-digit sub-zero temperatures striking some places. And you know the cold could put a lot of people at risk. For dry skin, more serious is frostbite and hypothermia. Dr. Siegel, down in Tennessee, there's been a rash of hypothermia deaths because the South is not used to this cold snap that they've had down there.
And they don't know to dress in layers down there. They don't know to wear an extra sweater. They don't have gloves, and they don't know they have to have those wool hats that we wear everywhere. But, you know, the main secret here is that something called hypothermia is connected to something called frostbite. We talk about them as though they're separate, but they're connected. You know why? Because when it's cold, your body wants to preserve blood flow to your brain, your liver, your kidneys, your vital organs. And if it gets cold, it's got to get that heat from somewhere. It takes it away from your fingers, from your toes, from your nose, from your extremities. So your extremities start to cool down. You get something called frost nip, which is your warning sign, and if you don't pay attention to that...
What's frost nip?
Frost nip is when it starts to turn color and it gets numb, a little numb out. Okay. But then when it starts to really... the damage really starts to get in, then you get deeper damage and your tissues get injured, and then you have a real problem. Then you could even get scarring. So I really caution people, get it before it's even frost nip.
But you know, Dr. Samadi, I think what it is that a lot of people don't realize the damage that cold wind can do to their skin and their system. So they're out there playing around sometimes because it could be fun playing in snow, and they don't realize they're just trying to go on about their business. How damaging that cold wind can be on the skin. Talk to me about that.
It could, and it obviously can cause a lot of numbing and tingling, and the color can change because if you don't get enough blood to the area, you're going to see this bluish color. That's really the time that you want to go inside and not play anymore. You want to make sure that you have layers. Anything over 30 minutes and your temperature lower than 95, you're in deep trouble. So use common sense. I mean, this is you have very cold weather, and it's going to take a lot of blood, as Marc mentioned, away from your fingers and toes, and you're going to have a lot of pain. Now, short term, you may recover, but if you go on for too much time, you're going to have some damages. And the worst thing you can do is to go in hot water, because at that time, your sensations are not there, and if you're going to put your feet or your toes under hot water, you can have the first degree or second degree burn, and that's a very important point.
Outside, really good point. Yeah.
If you're outside and you feel tired, is that...
That's a huge problem, huge.
You start to feel like sleepy,
exhaustion, and you're not thinking clearly. The one bit of good news here is if you have a problem with hypothermia, you get to the hospital, we actually have more time to bring your heart back and to bring you back, because basically the cold preserves your organs. One other thing that I want to tell everyone out there to do is be prepared for the loss of power in these situations. That's a terrible problem. If on top of the cold you lose your power, I want to reveal a secret. Dr. Samadi has a backup generator. Everyone should get one.
You can come to my house. And we have warm soup, and we can put your nose back. But I think your point is very important, Eric, is the fact that a lot of people during this time, they try to clean up the snow, and the rate of heart attacks, especially in older men, is very high. So if you feel exhausted, go in. Don't push yourself, because the next thing you know, you're going to be putting a lot of pressure on your heart and have a massive heart attack.
Don't make snow shoveling the first thing you do. If you're not working out, if you're not in good shape, don't pick up that shovel.
Well, and then try to shake off the doldrums. You get depressed a little bit because you're inside all the time.
We're making chicken soup, so you're all welcome.
Okay. Thank you. All right. I'm going to have some. No salt? Nah, you know I love salt. Okay.